Are we on? Are we on? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we got a no, we don't. I'm here dolo. And listen, I'd like to give a big shout out to Everything Foreign, all right, for dressing me up for tonight's show. This was made by one of my former students. He likes to be called Apple. He don't want me giving out his government, but he likes to just be called Apple. So salute to Apple for hooking me up. Everything Foreign. Y'all know what it is. We got to support our own. And he's a former student of mine, so I'm very proud of him. Changed his life, got out the streets, and got his own clothing line. So with saying that, let's start the show.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Welcome back. We here. Listen, again, no basketball headgear for tonight. This was created by my former student, Apple, which he like to be called Everything Foreign. Y'all see it. You heard? We're going to flip it up like this. And this is how I'm going tonight. Just for him, my former student. I like to give a big shout out to Lawrence Bud Pollard for throwing an amazing event last night, the Hirsch Classic. He presented a great award to Arnold Hershkowitz's wife. His son was in attendance, so salute to Bev. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming out, and thank you and your husband for everything he did for us when we were kids. Never going to forget that. So, on to the show, right? Now, I spoke to, what up, E Weaver, Ayatollah Beats, and everybody else in the check-in. I told this story a few times to a few people that need to know. Before I was a ball player, before I was a football player, I was a rapper. Yeah, I used to write rhymes before I picked up the basketball. Nobody knew it because I was doing it in private. I didn't know that later on I would actually be doing it for real, right? Like that intro song that you hear, right? I did that song over 15 years ago. I didn't know later on in life that I would be using it as the intro to my basketball show. Who knew? But you never know what the Most High have planned for you. So I'm going to take you back. I'm take you way back, right? Early on. Like I said, I was rhyming as a kid before I played any sports. And the first group that I was a part of was called the Mellow 5 MCs. That's right, the Mellow 5 MCs. I was a kid at the time. We had to be like 13, 14 years old, maybe 12, 13, maybe 13 years old. I said it was this summer, 1980. This was like the early stages of hip hop when, the park jams and the DJs would bring the equipment outside and just throw jams for the neighborhood. And we was inspired by that. We used to sit around and listen to the Cold Crush Brother tapes, the Fantastic Four, the Fearless Four. I think it was Fantastic Five. I'm not sure. Melly Mel and those guys because we couldn't hear them on the radio. Everything we heard was from a cassette tape that we had to tape from somebody else because those tapes was going for like $15, $20 back in the days. And that was a lot of money. So we was inspired by that. We used to do a lot of team parties and do a lot of rehearsing. And that was it. We had our hot summer and maybe a cool winter that we did that. And then guys moved on to different things. I moved on to sports. So sports became a major part of my life. And I didn't look back. And plus, I didn't want everybody to know that I was writing rhymes. Only my crew that I was down with as kids. So no one really took us serious. So it wasn't until later on that this would play a major role in my life. Salute to my cousin Anthony Davis, who introduced me to this guy by the name of Anthony B. Now, Anthony B played ball as well. He used to go to Sarah J. Hale. And my cousin was like, yo, you got to meet this guy named Anthony B. He nice and ball. You should come over and play against him. So I went to LG, where my cousin was from. And this is around the time I had made varsity at Lincoln in 9th grade. So go over, play against Anthony B. And he was very skilled ball player. I think I beat him, but we just played, constantly. Then we started playing together. And that was it. I went on to finish my career out in Lincoln, and he became a pop locker, very famous pop locker throughout the city. And then he created a group called Rap That's Fundamental and changed his name from Anthony B to AB Money. So all this time when I'm playing ball, these guys is creating an album. They were signed to A&M Records, and they did some pretty big things. They even won the best new artist at the New York Seminar Awards in 1991. This is over groups like Naughty by Nature and things like that was out during that time. Man, those are the days. So with saying that, I had transitioned from high school to prep school to college. And it wasn't until my college days where we would just debate for hours about who was the best MCs during that time. Now, I remember my cousin telling me about there's this new MC from Bed-Stuy whose name was Big Daddy Kane. And I was like, okay. The name wasn't like, Kool Moe Dee or Melly Mel. It was just like Big Daddy Kane. And I just pictured this huge dude who probably came to the mind of the Notorious B.I.G. That's how I thought he looked. I didn't know he was this slim, cool, dark-skinned dude who would have such an impact on my life. So, let's just jump right to college when me, my guy, Corey Stevens, Ron Waddy, my guy Stay Stim, Larry Timberlake, my guy Torrey Carter, and the whole crew of us would debate and sit around for hours and talk about who was the best MC. Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, KRS-One. And we would debate for hours. We would, after class, we would meet up. We would talk about it in the lunchroom. And this took up the majority of our time outside of me playing ball. So this was like huge for us. Now, just imagine, you being in college and you having all the big hip hop artists on your wall. They didn't have any social media back then. So it came from the Right On magazines, the Source magazines, and we would we never really cut out anything from the Source magazine because that was like the Bible, but like the Right On magazines and the Word Ups, we would get these, they would have these poster-sized pictures, Yeah, Coogee Rap was a part of that conversation as well. But I don't think during that time, it was like after college. Like this is like during college. And I think Coogee Rap was just making his imprint. But the main three guys was KRS One, Rakim, and Big Daddy Kane because they had the bigger albums. So we would have these guys on our wall, and these guys became our idols. These guys became people that we looked up to and revered as someone great because they had such impacts on our lives. So the next stage, outside of me playing basketball, that I was a college DJ. Yes, I was a college DJ and program director for WFDU. We shared time slot with NYU, which is 89.1, I think, if I'm saying that right, or 89.9, but I'll get that in a minute. I think it's 89.1. Now, having access to the radio station, man, that just put me in a different class. I was, captain of the basketball team. I had access to the radio station, and we would be freestyling, and they would, hear those things coming in a cafeteria or the student union building, or if they tuned in. A lot of kids didn't really tune into the radio back then because we had a college life. So we had that main attention drawn and focused in the cafeteria and through our campus, especially in the student union building. You can hear it as soon as you walked in. So now we was freestyling over beats and having the best time of our lives during that time. Now, another major thing that happened to me in college was me throwing this college party, which was like the best party at the time in FDU's history. Man, it was spring fling. I can't, put this all into words how great this was. Just imagine, this when Chris Rock first came out. So Chris Rock was the comedian. Jodeci had just came out, and Redhead Kingpin. This was huge to us because, a lot of these artists would come to our college and perform. And we didn't want the day to end. So we gathered up this plan. Real talk. We were broke. It was like 40 of us. I think between 40 of us, we probably had like $35 between my 40 of us because we were broke college kids. We devised a plan to hit up all the supermarkets. Oh, yeah. It was the Pathmark in Teaneck, New Jersey. And we hit it up on a Saturday, prime time, packed. The store's packed with people shopping. And we must have walked out of there with $500 to $1,000 worth of food. Not promoting it, but this is what happened in college. So we got with the fraternities, actually the white fraternities, because there was a lot of racial tension that was going on the campus, and we wanted to bring everyone together. That was my job. They used to call me the ringleader, right? They used to always say, yo, Pooh, or Glenn, like, you're the ringleader. You're always coming up with these amazing plans. So I got with the heads of the white fraternities, who was some of my guys. I actually lived with a white fraternity for a year, so all of these guys was my guys. And I said, yo, y'all provide, the drinks, because we didn't have any money for drinks. That was their territory. And we'll provide the food and the music. That's crazy. I'm going to blow a whistle on myself for that one. That's crazy. Black people for providing the food and the music. Anyway, so things went on without a hitch, and it was an incredible night. Oh, man, I forgot this DJ. The DJ, well, there was a one part of a rap group. Actually, both of them attended our school, Kane Posse. I don't know if y'all remember them. There was a short-lived rap group. But one of the guys was Eddie Murphy's younger brother, was a part of that group. And the other guy, who name escapes me right now, my bad, my guy, But we asked them, could they call their DJ? Because we just cool with their DJ. And that DJ came to our campus, plugged his music up in front of my dorm, and proceeded to put on a show. We were all rapping out there, having a good time. The police show up. The police showed up with dogs and riot gear. Just imagine 1991, 1992, I think it was 91. The police show up to your campus in riot gear with dogs. This wasn't the 60s, fam. This was 1991. And they proceeded to get on their loudspeakers and tell everyone the party is over. Everyone have to get inside of their dorm rooms because we're making too much noise. Mind you, FDU back then was a private university, and we had permission from the head of security. Listen, I was too well known on campus to be doing something illegal because everybody would know, because everybody knew who I was. We had a good rapport with the security, and they said it was cool. As long as we don't get too rowdy, we're allowed to party on campus. So the head of security is talking to the police, like, what's the problem? You know, this is a college campus. They're having a party. I don't think anything is wrong with this. They're saying that they're going on too late. This is a town. People are complaining. We was like, well, they knew where they was moving. This campus is in Teaneck and Hackensack. Mind you, right down the road, they had the rink, roller skating rink, which was world famous throughout the hip hop community, which all the hip hop heads and the drug dealers would attend. And afterwards, they would come over to our college if we was having a party. So everything kind of spilled over to FDU at that time. So as he's telling everyone they have to disperse, I got on the microphone where the DJ was and told everyone, you don't have to go anywhere. Y'all paid too much money not to be able to party at a school that y'all paying $17,000 to go to. And the crowd erupted. Yeah, we're not going to move. We're not going to move. One of the cops came over, pulled the plug out. Now things started to go crazy. You got black and white kids yelling at the cops. So the captain calls me over to the car, and he started to yell and scream obscenities to me. And then he had the nerve to say to me or ask me, so you think you're smart? N-word. And the cop that was next to him would jerk the dog at me. And the white people went nuts. When I tell you, they were so mad and so furious, they couldn't believe that the cops was doing this. So make a long story short, it was so much drama and so much things going on that the head of security told us we had to end the night because it was turning out bad. Now everyone's talking to me like, yo, Glenn, you got a lawsuit. You should sue the cops. You know, they shouldn't be doing this to you. And listen, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I've heard worse. So the next morning I wake up, there's news reporters and people at my dorm. And I don't want to go outside because I don't want to talk to these people. So one of my assistant coaches came over and told me that Coach Green wanted to talk to me, which I will be having on the show on Wednesday. Coach Tom Green will be on the show Wednesday. Hopefully he remembers this and I can review that with him. And so anyway, coach called me in, told me, listen, whatever you're thinking about doing, we need to sweep this under the rug because these are the same people that come to our games and do security, which was true. A lot of these cops knew who I was, but I guess those who were working that night, I didn't have any relationship with. So we let bygones be bygones, right? I graduate from school. Oh, no. Before I graduate. Now, told you I'm in love with hip hop at this point. And through the radio station, which I was the DJ and program director, we started to toy around with, you know, should we kind of do this after college? Because my friend AB Money had his rap group out and they were on BET. Actually, they was in rotation because they had did the Miles Davis album, Miles Davis' last album, Doo-Bop song, and that was in rotation on BET. So I said, man, if he could transition from basketball and move into hip hop, maybe I could too. So a friend of mine's came down to our campus and told us about this show that they was having at Club Sensations in Newark, New Jersey. Now, Club Sensations was a very legendary hip hop club in Newark, New Jersey, where a lot of acts perform, EPMD, Redman, and so on and so forth. And he asked us what we like to perform. And we was like, yeah. But then again, we didn't have any group name. We were just guys who were rapping and writing rhymes. So I said, you know what? Can't go there as being us because I'm a ball player and you guys are regular students. We need something that's going to catch everybody's attention. And I came with the idea that we would dress up like bums, right? We would throw on like, some stuff that we really didn't wear and borrow some things for some other people and go up there and we would be called bums in the alley, right? We would have go up there with 40 ounces and wine bottles. But then we would surprise them that we have real lyrics. And it worked. Like people were cheering for us. Like I've never felt that kind of energy except being on the basketball court. And right then and there, I was hooked. I was like, man, we can really do this. Not knowing that my guys wasn't real serious about it and everybody will be going their separate ways after college and I would have to go home and deal with real family situations. So that's what, how that turned out. But I never forgot that feeling. I never forgot that feeling, how it made me feel being on that stage and performing for those people. So when I graduated and I had to deal with real life situations, my mom passed in 4 months after I graduated, have to take care of my 2 nieces and put my sister in rehab. I was doing this, the youngest one in the family at the time, in my immediate family. And I went through some depressing days. Like no one knew because everybody just was like, Pooh's a strong guy, he'll get through it. And I never showed it and I never told anyone because those days you just didn't talk about being traumatized. Those days you were looked at as weak if you told people that you was going through some mental struggles. So I dove into hip hop. I would write rhymes. I would set up my mom's camcorder that she had purchased, and I would rap in front of this camcorder over instrumentals. And I started to hone my craft in secret. And that created the Boom Room. The Boom Room became a place where MCs would come and rap in front of the camera over instrumentals, and I would put them on VHS tapes, and we would watch them back for fun, just for our own entertainment. This before I even created, the Boom Room DVD series, which will be another story which I will get into. I would call my friend over, Larry Timberlake, college buddy, best friend, teammate, played with me at FDU. And he would join me during these sessions. I knew I had to do something to separate ball playing pool to MC, right? I had to make that two separate entities because the people who knew me from ball probably wouldn't take me serious if I just jumped up and said I wanted to rap. So I had to really hone my skills. I met up with a friend who I used to play ball against and who actually was a dancer for Kumo D back in the days, my guy Sam, who was known as Black Cat, the MC, because he started doing music back then. And he plugged me to his producer by the name of Voodoo Faye. Voodoo Faye is a world-renowned artist right now who has done artwork for the likes of the Obama family, Beyonce, Miles Davis. See that, going back to Miles Davis thing? He has done, see? Voodoo Faye right there. It's his artwork. If you like to purchase any of his artwork, you guys can go down to 572 Myrtle Avenue here in Brooklyn, New York, and y'all can check out all of his artwork. Well, anyway, my guy Ballhead's in the building. Yo, Ballhead. Yo, let them know that this story I'm about to tell is very true. Facts. Salute to Ayatollah Beats. What up, Munch? What up, Todd? Definitely. Ayatollah Beats always in the building. My guy E. Weaver. What up, Basil? This is all true stories I'm kicking to y'all. So Voodoo took a liking to me because I had the knack to be able to freestyle off the top of the head and write. See, most guys, if they can freestyle, they're not good writers. And they're good writers, they probably can't freestyle. Not saying all, but some. And I was able to do poop. I said do poop, do two, or both of them. So that worked out well for me. Voodoo then took me into the studio and I recorded 2 songs. All right? I recorded 2 songs. Those songs was What Makes the World Go Round and Mad Degrees. Because like I told you, I had to prove to the world I was serious about my craft because everyone knew me as a ball player. And it worked. It really worked. Those songs were very good for the time that I put them out. I had formed some relationships back then, and it led me to, be able to go up to these underground radio stations and get my songs played. And back then, on the underground radio stations, 89.1 and 89 Tech 9, which was Stretch and Barbito's legendary radio show. And NYU had their own radio show. So there were 2. And DJ Mayhem. Yes, DJ Mayhem. He was the DJ for NYU. and DJ Stretch Armstrong and Barbito had theirs right up the road at Columbia University. So the song that I wanted to submit for the Battle of the Beats was What Makes the World Go Round. And Mobb Deep wound up later on using that same sample. So salute to Mobb Deep. That song won Battle of the Beats. Facts. Pusshead did bring me to the crib. Yep. Yes. Ballhead, y'all read the chat. Ballhead is explaining because he was part of that rap group later on. I'm gonna tell you about in a few minutes that we was all down together. So these two songs helped me establish myself as an MC. I would plan for my crew, my inner circles, and everybody was feeling those songs. It was like, oh, this is dope. So I took them up to those radio stations, and that record, What Makes the World Go Round, won Battle of the Beats. So that kind of solidified me as an MC. Now, let's go back to AB Money. Played those songs for AB Money, and he was like, yo, I got some more beats if you need them. I'm like, yo, hey, I need some beats. AB then hooked me up with his guy, Jamie, to give us some beats. And there was this one beat on there that I was saying to myself, man, if I could get some other guys on here, this can work. Because Wu-Tang was out at the time. Souls of Mischief. It was like crews of MCs that was out during that time. And I was like, wow, if I could roll with a crew, this would give me some backing, right? And during that time, if you had a crew, you know, it made things a little bit better for you. Not knowing that AB had in his mind that I was going to go write a song to those records myself. So when I bought him this song called The Shit, as it was called, he was furious. He was like, yo, I didn't give those beats to y'all. I gave them to you. What are you doing? Why are you not trying to be a solo artist? I wasn't thinking back then. I didn't know the business. I didn't know, right? The things that I know now. So I stood 10 toes down. I was like, yo, I know you my friend, but this is the crew I'm rolling with. If you don't like it, so be it. Take your beat back. We'll do it somewhere else. And, AB just kind of let it go. We probably didn't speak for a few weeks or maybe a month or two till I started making more joints and more joints and more joints. And then when we finally clicked, he was like, yo, Pooh, you was right. This music is hot that y'all making. You guys need to get down with us. And during this time, Easy Mo B, who was a member of his group called Rapping is Fundamental, was the #1 producer in hip hop at this time. He had Flavor in Your Ear, which was, you already know what that is. So I'm got to go there. Then he had Biggie with Warning, and he had 5 joints on Craig Mack album, 5 joints on Biggie album. Then he had 2 or 3 joints on Lost Boys album. So like the Let's Coos Beamers in the Bins and straight from, Cop Killer Queens, that whole Lifestyle of the Rich and Shameless, that whole era, Moby had it locked down. Facts. Oh yeah, rest in peace to Doc Scorp, who led us in the studio. Now, I'm gonna explain to you how much we know about recording in the studio, right? This is so crazy. It's so cool. I'm gonna blow a tech on myself with this one. Facts. This is so crazy. Yo. We was recording in the studio. Now, let me tell y'all about the studio process, right? If you know anything about recording in the studio, if you have a group, each person should go into the studio, into the booth, and say their parts. Real talk. Everybody should say their own parts. And then you go out, somebody else comes in and do their part. And then they put it all together and it make it seem like you guys are in there together. We had no clue, fam. This how nice we was. This is how on point we was. We would go in there 5 guys at a time and rap together. After one goes, the other one would go. After another one goes, the other one would go. And it would seem like we went in there one at a time. No one knew that we was in there sweating our asses off in that hot studio that Doc Scorp had downtown Brooklyn. And we made it work. It was magic. Mind you, later on, when we found out you're not supposed to do that, we started to record the right way. But man, we made it work. We had all of these songs. We did a whole album, All Day La Day. I'm gonna let y'all put that together. So this is the world we was in back then. So we make these songs. We make a couple of songs with AB. He sung on a hook, and he let Easy Mo B listen to it. So now, Mo B is riding around with Tupac. True story. And I'm going to tell y'all another story time how we helped Tupac create one of the greatest songs ever, and we had something to do with it. True story. That story's coming another time. So they riding around, going shopping, listening to our album, which was a full album demo tape. We had all of these songs, maybe about 12, 13 songs. And he takes Tupac up to a meeting to East West. And he's like, yo, I want you to listen to my new group. Mind you, we didn't even meet him yet. New group called The Nation I'm be working with. Played them our song, which was the shit. Maybe a few others, but that song was the one that everyone liked. And the A&R, his name was Dow something at the time, I can't remember. He was like, yo, we want them. Let's make it happen. And Tupac is there vouching for us. So just imagine you get Easy Mo B and Tupac vouching for your demo in the A&R office. Man, this is going to be incredible. So I'm going to skip past that part because that part is where the story comes up when we helped Tupac create one of the greatest songs ever. So now we're officially down with Soul Survivor Clique. That's AB Money's. That was AB Money's idea. Mo B was the producer, but AB Money was the guy who put all of us together. And we get to record in the big studio up at Unique for like a whole summer. Mo B locked it down. He had to spend at least $50,000. It had to be 50 to 100,000, honestly, because we was up there the whole summer, breaking day for hours. And back then, those studio sessions cost money. It was crazy. Oh, yeah, we stacked our vocals and everything. Fact, we did everything together. That was uncalled for. We broke all the rules in recording, for real. So now I'm gonna get into the story that, it's rolling on the bottom of the screen tonight. I rhyme with Big Daddy Kane and Jay-Z on the radio. AB Money has this great idea. because he knew we all was big fans of Big Daddy Kane. And AB Money was in a actually AB Money went to high school and was in a group with Big Daddy Kane. And my guy Understanding. I forgot the name of the group. Devonair 3. That was the name of the group, right? So just imagine Big Daddy Kane, AB Money, my guy Understanding in the group together called the Devonair 3. It doesn't last because Kane goes his own way. AB Money creates another group called Rapness Fundamental, and Understanding is part of a group called Soul Survivor, which was the name of the clique. So AB told us it would be a good idea if we go hang out with Kane, right? This is during Kane downslide years, right? He's not the Big Daddy Kane when he first came out. He was actually working on his 7th album during this time, and thing was just a little different for him. He didn't come out much. We would go to his house and we would just be rapping his head off. Just imagine now, you had this guy on your wall in college, like he was your idol. He was the guy that you looked up to, and then you become his friend. Now, when most people meet their idols, and this guy's right our same age, so it's like, but he was just such a superstar in our eyes. We never looked at him differently. So when we was hanging out with us, he was still the Big Daddy Kane superstar that everybody know and loved. Yeah, this is after the Prince of Darkness album, right? This is during the Veteran Day album. This is after all that, right? He done pull out the song with Jay-Z and all that. So this is way after that. So we would go over to his house in Jamaica Estates. Nice house. We met his moms, pops, his brother Shane, which we're still cool to this day. And man, he still had that aura when you met him. He still was that cool, laid back dude, giving us jewels about the game, telling us great hip hop stories. And we had so much fun hanging with him. Like, this was a very good time. Now, just imagine, if this never happens in my life, right? We talking about something major, somebody who I looked up to, them able to sit in his house and go to his crib whenever I want. And he even would come to my crib. He even rapped in a boom room. I got tapes of Kane in my crib rapping, battling this young kid who thought he was nice. And we had some very good times together. Still a friend to this day. So as time go on, we, helping him not write his rhymes, none of that. But when you're MC and you sparring, we just sharpening his skills because it's a different time in hip hop. Matter of fact, I can show you better than I can tell you. Oh, this is crazy. I thought I would have this ready. Oh, okay, here we go. Check it out. I want y'all to listen to this. This is on Lord Jamal's show. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Lord Jamal's show, Big Daddy Kane. Listen to this.
Hanging with my dude Rock. More in pocket, more relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Stuff, but you way ahead of the beat, like what we was doing in the 80s. where these here, weed smoking motherfuckers is way behind the beat. You know what I'm saying? They way behind. They fall more in pocket, more relaxed. You know what I'm saying? You got aggressive. I realized that I'm the problem. I was sitting there blaming the producers. I'm realizing that I'm the problem. So I started hanging out with my boys, Stimuli, Pool, Ballhead, these cats of Brief Boy Projects. I'm hanging with my dude Rock.
Now I know y'all heard that. Y'all heard that, right? I know y'all heard that. I'm gonna play it for y'all again.
Hanging with my dude, you way ahead of the beat, like what we was doing in the '80s. Where these here, weed smoking motherfuckers is way behind the beat. You know what I'm saying? They way behind. They fall more in pocket, more relaxed. You know what I'm saying? You got aggressive. I realized that I'm the problem. I was sitting there blaming the producers. I'm realizing that I'm the problem. So I started hanging out with my boys, Stimuli, Pool, Ballhead, these cats of Brief Boy Projects. I'm hanging with my dude Rock.
And I'm gonna show y'all that in a few minutes, right?
Hey, this is DJ King Mink.
I'm gonna show you that in a few minutes. We'll get into that, right? Yo, Ballhead, what? Right? Isn't that? I was hyped too. I'm sitting there watching it, going, "Yo, he just mentioned our name." Mind you, he talked about us on Sway in the morning. He mentioned us a few times. So he is a guy of such stature, such a legend. He don't have to mention that. He don't have to keep it real. He kept it a buck, right? It was during the time when the flows had changed. The flow had changed. So instead of you rapping ahead of the beat, we was doing more of the behind the beat, the slow flow. Was Jay-Z kind of caught on later on. Y'all see Jay-Z switched his flow as well. And I'm not saying we had anything to do with Jay-Z switching his flow, but he caught on to what was going on at that time. So, mind you, the title of that was, my idol solidified me as an MC, so I don't have to rap anymore. Like when Kane put that stamp on it, it was just like, man, I made it. So when we first went to his house, showed up with AB money, we all went to his crib. When we walked in the door, Kane started to bow to us. He was doing this to us because we was an up-and-coming crew that was making some noise. Man, I could have shed tears. I could have just ended it all right there because it came full circle. The guy who I was looking up to was giving me props for being the MC. You talking about a dude who's a former ball player who had to convince people that he was an MC. This was a blessing. And it was coming from one of the greatest who ever did it. So we up in his crib, and this is a later date, right? It's me, TOD, and Stimuli. Kane, as always, Kane is the greatest host because Kane could cook very well. He always wanted to cook and show us a good time and make sure that we was always relaxed. We had the stuff that we wanted to chill out, and he would cook for us, and it was always a nice fish dish that he would always make for us, some seafood. This was hip hop heaven right here. So there's a knock on the door. People always showing up, all kinds of people always showing up, but this time it's Jay-Z and the Rangers. And we said to myself, wow, it's Jay-Z. No, Jay-Z wasn't the Jay-Z that we know today. Jay-Z, he didn't have an album out yet. He had put out a few singles, but he didn't have an album out yet. And he told Kane, he was like, yo, I'm going up to Stretch Armstrong. I want you to come with me. He was like, yo, I got my fellas here. Now, mind you, if he was on some sucker, He could have been like, yo, fellas, yo, I'm gonna take y'all back to Brooklyn. I'm going up to the radio station with Jay-Z. He said, yo, I got my boys here and they rap too. Jay-Z was like, all right, cool, bring them. Word? We going up to the radio station? So we head up to Columbia University. Now, anybody who knows about Columbia University, they have to buzz you, or somebody have to come down, not buzz you. Somebody have to come down and open up the door and let you in. So we down there for a minute. So while we down there, we played them our first joint that Easy Mo B had produced, right? Hold on. And it was called What's Your Rep? So my man Boyhead go first.
Time's up, all the making our beats got to gas. But when up the nation, hip hop won't last. I've been down for years, bringing tears to my fans. They couldn't realize that rough ish in my clan. Now plenty niggas slept on the click. That's true. And niggas couldn't feel that rough ish like them fake motherfuckers, no names to be spreaded. If first come to
Then I go.
my whole clique said it. My rap style's rough for mouth. Stepping stones to what I own to have it locked down. This Brooklyn kid is a hard act to follow. Those who slept off with their niggas sleepy hollow. One life to live, so I'll live it to the fullest. Why so many brothers got gas and want to pull it? Everybody talk about the East Coast falling, but they still telling lies to me. I'll be that spark in the night when the moon's right. Just in the room from the bones to a night my flight. Terrorize, realize my third eye. See through all that bull, it's when I'm high. What's your rap? Hardcore, even those that get slapped. What's your name? Skills I pay my dues for respect. What's your rap? Hardcore, even those that get slapped. What's your name? And I pay my dues for respect. DMX from the bush, the pole against them.
Y'all get it. Y'all get it, right? Facts. So that's the first joint that Moby produced for us. Smash, What's Your Rep? Then he played us his single that he was about to put out. And that single was called Ain't No Nigga with Foxy Brown. But Foxy verse wasn't on there yet. He explained to us how that song came about. He explained to us how Jazz had to play that beat all the way through. Jazzo played, if y'all listen to Ain't No Nigga, Jazzo played that beat all the way through. Usually it's a sample and they just put it on a loop or stretch it. Jazzo had to play it all the way through. And then he sung on a hook, which made it special, right? Because the guy he started with created his first smash single. And then he's telling Kane that him and his guys were going to start their record label called Rockefeller Records. Him, Dame Dash, Biggs, and y'all know what that turned into. So we finally go upstairs, right? We finally get to go upstairs, and I'm watching the teacher passing the torch to the student in real time. Facts. They're just going bar for bar for bar for bar for bar, and then they let us rap. Now, this song is on YouTube. I mean, this freestyle is on YouTube. But of course, no one knows who us and the Rangers are. So they just got Kane and Jay-Z verse. Oh, yeah, facts. You're right about that, because that is legendary right there. Facts. So I'm going to play you a part of where he says our name, Jay-Z. We all up in the studio. Hold on. This is real talk. You can't make this up. I would not come on here and lie to y'all. I've done some amazing things in my life, and this just happened to be one of them.
Big Kane nigga, what? Check the nation, yo. Yeah. And the Rangers, what? Between friends in the hat.
So I just told y'all that he came to the crib with the Rangers, and it's us. I just told y'all he's promoting Rockefeller now. Check the nation, y'all, and the Rangers. And he got stupid. Facts, the Rangers was crazy. They were so crazy when we rap, they came on and went crazy. We had to go back again because they came on, it was so crazy, we had to come on again, right? This was such a legendary night. Who would know that Jay-Z would become the Jay-Z that we all know and love today? Now, Kane, on the other hand, we used to always tell him, because anybody know me, I'm a very vocal guy. I'm not one of those guys who sit and be quiet. I don't care who I'm around. If I feel something, I'm going to say something. And we used to always tell him, later on in the future, they're going to celebrate you. The world is going to embrace you, because back then, people kind of shunned Kane. I'm going to give you another story. The first day Kane came to my crib, he was reluctant because he was saying, he didn't want too many people to see him at that time, not being back in the neighborhood. So we convinced him to come to the Boom Room. And this is the first day he shows up. We come to my crib, we have a ball, we have a great rhyming session, we playing music, playing stuff he never heard before, showing him what the Boom Room tapes would look like. And on our way out, on the elevator door, someone wrote, Big Daddy Kane, SMD. This is Bullhead. Let him know I'm not lying. As we're leaving, someone spray painted that on the elevator door. We was like, what? Who did this? Like, we ready to get at people like, you crazy? And we knew some guys in the hood that could take care of some things. Let's just say that. But Kane laughed it off. You would think a superstar his nature would have never came back. That made him come back even more. So he came back to my crib after that. That just made him heated, and we laughed it off, and we laughed all the way back to his crib, and it was just a funny thing that somebody would take their time out, look at us come in the building, buy a can of spray paint, and write that on the elevator door so he sees it. Mind you, once everybody knew Kane was coming to the neighborhood, that, of course, put us on another level and let everybody know we was official tissue as well. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. This is not something that I just sat here and said, you know what? Let me do this for some props. Let me just show the. Nah, this is a part of my life. Of course, it's promotion for my documentary that's we're working on now, but I figure I'll give you snippets of all of the amazing things that kind of happened in my life, and becoming friends with Big Daddy Kane definitely was one of them. Now, I just saw Kane recently um, during my birthday weekend down in North Carolina and South Carolina, chilling with my guy AB Money. And we got up with Kane, met his son, uh, went over his cousin's house, had dinner, chilled out, kicked it for a few hours. And hold on, because I'm trying to find the picture so you guys know this is just recent. And it was a good thing, man. Like, that's my brother to this day. Um, we appreciate him. We love him. And every time we see him, he show us love. It should be up here because I see that one is there. Oh, here we go. So if y'all see this, see, AB Money, which is the key to all of this, childhood friend. There's Kane right there. That's his cousin right there. And that's me with my basketball heads, right? Y'all see it. So this is recent. This is recent. You know what I'm saying? It's so much, man. It's like Boy has said, it's so much, man. Yeah, you can't even put on a podcast, right? It's just like, so I gotta give you snippets, man. And I'd like to thank all the members of my group: Ballhead, Buchanan, Stay Stimuli, TOD, Infrared, and rest in peace to CeeLo. Thank you, AB Money. Appreciate you, brother. Tell you all the time. Thank you. JR, Easy Mo B, the whole Soul Survivor clique, Lost Souls, Dave Morris, Kelly, the whole crew, man. The whole crew. I'll share with you one day. Not because this is not a whole full story, but the week before Queen Pen went and did the No Diggity song, we was together helping her craft her lyrics, not writing for her, but helping her sharpen her sword. She used to come around us a lot during her early days before she got on as well. I could tell you the story about the day after Supernatural lost to Craig G. He came to the boom room to explain to us what went down. If y'all know about the legendary Supernatural Craig G battle, he was with us the next day telling us what went down. So salute to my guy Supernatural and so many other people who we have had a chance to encounter during those days of us being rappers, and myself, who transitioned from a rapper, from a rapper to a ball player, back to being a rapper officially, and then coming full circle back into sharing my platform with New York City's greatest ball players and create the official home for New York City basketball. See how it all comes full circle? Can't question some of the things that the Most High has for you. You just have to let your life play out, live a positive life, be able to give without looking to get anything back, because the treasure is in living the life that you have and being appreciated of everything that comes with it. So this story is definitely dedicated to my guy, Big Daddy Kane, and to Jay-Z for showing up that night and allowing us to come up to this radio station and sharing that night with you to promote your new record company called Rockefeller Records and to watch you make history as the greatest MC to ever do it. And knowing you learned everything that you did in your early years from our friend Big Daddy Kane. Salute to you, brother. To everybody out there, hi, word, you and Queen Pin went to the Broken Language video shoot together. Yeah. It's a lot we did, brother. It's a lot we did, for sure. Said, Pooh, leave a music slot for me on your documentary. Definitely gonna talk about that. Ayatollah, we definitely told you always support me, man. So I don't see why I can't support you, brother. I appreciate you. Every show you on here supporting, so I definitely appreciate you, brother. When we putting all those things together, I'll definitely hit you up. Well, I'm about to get out of here. I'd like to thank my student Apple for hooking me up. Everything Foreign for making your former teacher and coach look good on tonight's show. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Man. Facts. It's my guy, too. Salute to everyone out there. Basketball Heads Land. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads on NYC Basketball History, because we are part of the NYC Basketball Network. That's the production, baby. I'm about to get out of here, about to sign off. Thank you for coming through and allowing me to share my story. I'm part of it with you. AB Money, it's my dog for life. Appreciate you, brother. Love you. Thank you for opening up the doors to the hip-hop world. We out. And as we always say around this time, we are the official home for New York City basketball. Peace.